Dr. Seuss once said, "You've got a brain in your head and feet in your shoes. You can eat any food you choose." I think college campuses took this too literally. What he meant by it was steer yourself in any direction you choose, not eat any food. Almost everything you consume will affect your brain in some way, so we need to be careful about what we put in our bodies. Food affects both our mind and our body. A study of first-year college students was conducted and found that nearly 1/4 of undergraduate freshmen gain a significant amount of weight within their first semester at university. Obesity is an epidemic in our country. Overall, 74% of Americans exceed a healthy weight. Being overweight puts students at risk for chronic disease. The leading cause of death in America is cardiovascular disease. The scary part about that is that it's completely preventable. High-fat foods, nutrient-poor meals, and high sugar and sodium consumption is common among college students and increase the likelihood of developing some form of heart disease. The 8th leading cause of death is diabetes. This is also preventable. Slow metabolizing food and whole grains don't cause a spike in insulin production, which, over time, is what leads to diabetes. Foods with high glycemic loads cause insulin and blood sugar to rise and crash, creating rapid metabolism response and causing for students to be hungry again and overeat. There are correlational studies that have found students who have nutrient-rich diets also have higher GPAs. Students whose diets are high in trans and saturated fats often perform worse on exams than are memorization-based or require critical thinking. Recent studies found that high levels of trans fat can even worsen memory. Try lowering your amounts of butter, red meats, pizza, and ramen to perform better on finals this year. High sugar and caffeine foods and beverages cause energy surges followed by crashes. This causes a delay in productivity post-crash and affects sleep schedules. 70% of college students don't get adequate sleep, and 92% of college students consume caffeine. Avoid any form of caffeine within 6 hours of sleep and high-fatty, slow-digesting foods. These keep your body awake by using energy to try and digest. A balanced diet can improve sleep quality by 2 to 6 times. As Harvard Health puts it, what you eat directly affects the structure and function of your brain and ultimately your mood. Omega-3 and 6 fatty acids boost dopamine levels, and fermented food improves gut health and serotonin levels. A complex combination of compounds in hearty meals can stimulate a release of norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin. Approximately 95% of serotonin levels are produced in your gastrointestinal tract. The function of the 100 million neurons within your GI tract is highly influenced by an individual's microbiome in their gut. A diverse diet helps balance neurotransmitters and hormones, which will release in a more stabilized mood, energy, and metabolism. The Western diet, when compared to traditional diets of blue zones, which are areas with highest life longevity, were that 25 to 35% increased risk of depressive symptoms. The staple of American diets are refined grains, sugars, and fats. And according to the American Dining Creations, cutting down on processed foods, reducing refined carbohydrates, and increasing fresh vegetables, fruits, nuts, lean proteins, and whole grains can significantly improve depressive symptoms in as little as 3 weeks. If your brain is deprived of quality nutrition, or if free radicals or damaging inflammatory cells are circulating within the brain's enclosed space, further contributing to brain tissue injury, consequences are to be expected. The brain can't synthesize nutrients for the benefit if it's not fueled. The brain uses about 20% of our energy resources. No wonder you're so tired after studying and thinking all day. Our brain is mostly made up of lipids, but also glucose, micronutrients, amino acids, and proteins. These are all replenished through the foods we eat. Healthy fatty acids are found in nuts, seeds, and fish that help strengthen and maintain new cell membranes and prevent degenerative brain conditions. Micronutrients prevent brain disease and mental decline. The amounts of frequent barriers to eating healthy were poor dietary information, a busy lifestyle, high prices of healthy option, and intrinsic feelings and actions, along with social factors. Important ways a university can support a student nutritionally is by offering diverse, natural food options, heating stations for students who meal prep, discounts on food, and free nutrition education. Thank you very much for your time. Let's make a difference in college nutrition.